While you are sleeping tonight, while you believe your body is resting and recovering, something may be happening inside you that your doctor has never caught. Your blood pressure may be spiking to dangerous levels in the dark, silently, repeatedly, night after night. And because it happens while you sleep, you feel nothing. You suspect nothing. You wake up in the morning, pour your coffee, and start your day, while your heart and your arteries have already been under enormous strain for hours. This condition has a name. It is called nocturnal hypertension, and doctors are now calling it one of the most underdiagnosed and most dangerous threats facing adults over 50 in America today. Stay with me. What you learn in the next few minutes could genuinely save your life. Most people think about blood pressure as a daytime problem. You feel stressed at work, your pressure goes up. You eat a salty meal, your pressure rises. You rush through traffic, your heart pounds a little harder. That is the picture most of us carry in our minds. But here is what most people, and honestly even some doctors, do not fully appreciate. For a healthy body, blood pressure is supposed to drop at night. When you fall into deep sleep, your nervous system relaxes, your heart slows down, and your blood pressure naturally dips by about 10 to 20%. Doctors call this the normal nighttime dip. It is your body's built-in recovery cycle. It is when your heart rests, when your arteries repair themselves, when your entire cardiovascular system gets the break it needs. But for millions of adults over 50, that dip never happens. Instead of falling at night, their blood pressure either stays dangerously high or actually rises while they sleep. Their heart never gets that nightly rest. Their arteries stay under pressure for 24 hours straight, day after day, week after week, year after year. And here is what that constant pressure does over time. It accelerates the hardening of the arteries. It thickens the walls of the heart until the heart itself becomes stiff and less efficient. It strains the tiny blood vessels inside the kidneys until they begin to fail. It damages the delicate vessels that feed the brain, increasing the risk of stroke dramatically. And it does all of this completely silently, in the dark, while the person has no idea it is happening. In fact, research has shown that people whose blood pressure does not dip at night, doctors call them non-dippers, have a significantly higher risk of heart attack, stroke, and kidney disease than people with the exact same daytime blood pressure who do experience that normal nighttime dip. Let me say that again in plain English. Two people can have the same blood pressure reading at the doctor's office, but the one whose pressure rises at night has a far greater risk of dying from a heart attack or stroke, simply because of what is happening while they sleep. And because this condition only reveals itself during sleep, a standard blood pressure check at the doctor's office will never catch it. You can have completely normal daytime readings and still be silently destroying your heart and brain every single night. That is the danger. That is why this matters so deeply. And that is why most people have absolutely no idea it is happening to them. Now, I want you to think carefully about how you have been waking up lately. Because while you cannot feel your blood pressure rising in the night, your body does leave clues, and once you know what to look for, those clues become impossible to ignore. Do you wake up in the morning with a headache? Not a sharp stabbing pain, more of a dull, heavy pressure sitting at the back of your head or behind your eyes that slowly fades as the morning goes on? Many people brush this off as sleeping in the wrong position or not drinking enough water. But a persistent morning headache is one of the most well-known signs of nighttime blood pressure problems. Do you wake up feeling exhausted, even after a full night of sleep? Does it feel like no matter how many hours you rest, you never truly feel refreshed? That is your body telling you that it did not actually get to rest. Because if your blood pressure was elevated all night, your heart was working hard all night. And a heart that works through the night does not leave you feeling restored in the morning. Do you wake up at night more than once or twice to use the bathroom? Frequent nighttime urination, especially in men and women over 60, is often written off as a prostate issue or just aging. But it is also a classic sign of high blood pressure at night, because elevated pressure forces the kidneys to filter more fluid while you sleep. Do you sometimes feel your heart beating faster or harder when you wake up in the middle of the night? Do you notice pounding in your ears or temples in the quiet of the early morning hours? Do you feel slightly anxious or unsettled when you first wake up, with no clear reason why? These are not random discomforts. These are the footprints of a blood pressure problem that your doctor has likely never had the chance to see, because it is hiding in the hours when no one is watching. And if you have been having any of these experiences, even occasionally, please take them seriously, because left unaddressed, what starts as a quiet nighttime problem can end in a devastating daytime event. Think of Margaret, a 71-year-old retired nurse from Ohio. Smart woman, health conscious. She checked her blood pressure faithfully every morning, and it was always reasonable. She took her medications, she ate well, she exercised, she did everything her doctor told her to do. And then one morning, she woke up and could not move the left side of her face. She had suffered a stroke in her sleep. And when her cardiologist ordered a special 24-hour blood pressure monitor, the kind that checks your pressure every 30 minutes, including all through the night, they discovered what no daytime reading had ever shown. Margaret's blood pressure was spiking to stroke-level numbers between 2 and 5 in the morning, every single night, while she slept peacefully, while she believed she was doing everything right. Her story is not a scare tactic. It is a reality that thousands of American seniors live through every year, and it is entirely preventable when you know what to look for and when you ask the right questions. So what causes blood pressure to spike at night instead of dropping the way it should? The most common cause, and the one that doctors are most urgently talking about, is sleep apnea. Sleep apnea is a condition where your airway partially or completely blocks during sleep, causing you to stop breathing for brief moments, over and over throughout the night. Each time your airway blocks, your brain triggers a stress response to force your body to breathe again. That stress response sends your blood pressure shooting upward. If this happens dozens or even hundreds of times a night, which it does for many seniors, your blood pressure stays dangerously elevated for hours. What is especially alarming is that most people with sleep apnea have no idea they have it. Their partner may have noticed snoring or gasping or restless sleep, but the person themselves often feels like they are sleeping fine. This is exactly how Margaret's condition went undetected for years. The second major cause is salt and fluid retention from evening meals. Many seniors eat their largest or saltiest meal at dinner. That sodium pulls fluid into the bloodstream and raises blood pressure. And because your kidneys work more slowly at night, that pressure stays elevated for hours while you sleep. The third cause is medication timing. Many blood pressure medications are taken in the morning, and their effect gradually wears off over the course of the day. By midnight or 2 in the morning, the medication may have nearly worn off entirely, leaving blood pressure uncontrolled during exactly the hours it needs to be managed most carefully. The fourth cause is stress and anxiety that the mind carries into sleep. Many seniors lie down at night carrying the weight of worry, finances, health, family, loss, loneliness. Even when they fall asleep, the nervous system stays partially activated. Stress hormones remain elevated, and elevated stress hormones mean elevated blood pressure through the night. The fifth cause is obesity and weight around the midsection, which is strongly connected to both sleep apnea and to the body's inability to properly regulate blood pressure during rest. And the sixth cause, the one that ties all of these together, is simply not knowing. Not knowing to ask about nighttime blood pressure. Not knowing that daytime readings can look completely normal, while the nighttime tells an entirely different and far more dangerous story. Here is the good news, and there is genuinely good news. Nighttime high blood pressure, once identified, is very manageable. The steps to address it are not complicated. They are not expensive, and many seniors see dramatic improvement within just a few weeks of making targeted changes. The very first step is to ask your doctor for a 24-hour ambulatory blood pressure monitor. This is a small, wearable device that checks your blood pressure automatically every 30 minutes, day and night, for a full 24 hours. It is the only way to truly know what your blood pressure is doing while you sleep. If you have any of the morning symptoms I described, the headache, the exhaustion, the nighttime bathroom trips, please bring this up at your next appointment. Ask specifically about your nighttime blood pressure pattern. Be your own advocate. The second step is to get screened for sleep apnea. This is especially important if you snore, if your partner has noticed you gasping in your sleep, or if you wake up feeling unrefreshed, no matter how long you sleep. A sleep study can be done at home now with a simple device. Your doctor can order one. And treating sleep apnea, even just with a simple breathing mask worn at night, can lower blood pressure dramatically without any additional medication. The third step is to move your largest meal earlier in the day. If you are eating a big, salty dinner at 7 or 8 in the evening, try shifting it to 5 or 5:30. Give your body more time to process that sodium before you lie down. And in the evening, aim to eat light. Vegetables, small portions, minimal added salt. Your blood pressure at 2 in the morning will reflect what you ate at 7 the night before. The fourth step is to talk to your doctor about the timing of your blood pressure medication. This is a conversation that can make a profound difference. Studies have shown that for some patients, taking blood pressure medication at bedtime instead of in the morning results in significantly better nighttime blood pressure control. Every person is different. Your doctor needs to evaluate what is right for you. But this simple timing change has helped thousands of seniors control the very problem we are discussing today. The fifth step is to build a calming evening routine. Your nervous system needs a runway to land on before sleep. In the hour before bed, step away from the news, the phone, and anything that stirs up anxiety or argument. Take 10 slow, deep breaths. Read something gentle. Pray. Listen to soft music. A warm, not hot, bath or shower in the evening has been shown to help lower blood pressure before sleep. These are not small things. They signal your nervous system that it is safe to let go, and that signal has real physical consequences. The sixth step is to limit alcohol in the evening. Many seniors find that a glass of wine or a drink at night helps them relax, and while it may help you fall asleep initially, alcohol disrupts deep sleep, increases nighttime awakenings, and raises blood pressure during the second half of the night. If nighttime blood pressure is a concern, reducing evening alcohol is one of the most impactful changes you can make. And finally, keep a simple log. For 2 weeks, write down your blood pressure every morning when you first wake up, before you eat, drink, or take any medication. Note how you slept, how you feel, and anything you ate or drank the evening before. This log becomes powerful evidence for your doctor, and it begins to show you the patterns that are shaping your health every night. Margaret is doing well today. She speaks more slowly than she used to, and her left hand does not move quite the way it once did. But she is alive. She is with her grandchildren. She is sitting on her porch in Ohio, watching the seasons change. And she says one thing to everyone she meets now. She says, "I wish someone had told me to ask about my nighttime blood pressure. I would have asked. I just didn't know to ask." That is why I made this video, so that you know. So that the next time you sit across from your doctor, you have the words and the knowledge to ask the right question. So that the next time you wake up with that heavy morning headache, you do not just pour the coffee and push it aside. You are not helpless in this. You are not too old to catch something before it catches you, and you are not alone in navigating this. The people who love you need you present. They need you at the dinner table, at the birthday parties, at the graduations, on the ordinary Tuesday evenings that turn out to matter more than any special occasion. They need you here. So please, make the appointment. Ask for the 24-hour monitor. Mention the morning headaches. Bring up the nighttime exhaustion. Ask about your sleep. Be willing to have the conversation that Margaret wishes she had been able to have years earlier. If this video opened your eyes today, if something in it stayed with you, please share it. Send it to a spouse, a sibling, a neighbor, a friend from church who complains about never sleeping well. Because that person may be carrying this exact condition right now, and your simple act of sharing might be the thing that sends them to the doctor in time. And if you want to stay informed, stay protected, and stay connected to honest health information made specifically for adults over 50, please subscribe to this channel and turn on your notifications. This community was built for people who take their health seriously and want to live fully for every year they have been given. You deserve restful nights. You deserve strong mornings. You deserve to know what is happening inside your own body. Now you know a little more. And that knowledge, in the right hands, can change everything. Take care of yourself tonight. I will see you in the next video.